and we're going to start the night like this. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Dreams. Langston Hughes. Welcome, artists and family. You know what it is. Finally, Thursday night has come back. Pull up a Zoom box, grab a microphone, and get comfortable. It's about to go down. Open mic presented by the legendary Nuyorican Poets Cafe. I am your host. My name is Elemen2al. Happy Thursday. This is the jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. You know what this is. You know how we do. We've been doing this and doing this well. Welcome to episode 62. Let's get to it. As we do it every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live on YouTube if you're watching on one of these streams. And we truly appreciate you. And you'd like to join us in the Zoom, the number's on your screen, 977-539-856. Jump in, join the greatest community in the world. Want to know why I say that? Trust and believe we're going to show you this evening. We do this thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills. All right, so we would like to thank the New York State Department of Cultural Affairs and the New York City Council on the Arts for hosting these free online events. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to nuyorican.org/contribute. Every dollar counts. And we truly, truly appreciate it. Make sure you are plugging in with the dopest tech in the Zoom verse, still and only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. You're not down with RMT by now, damn it. You should be, because that cat's dope. All the way up in the VX. That dude's for real the dopest. This is where you can find me, Elemen2al.com. Take out the T, put in the number 2, Elemen2al.com. So many things going on. Make sure you plug in, folks. Tonight's theme, right? It's the character of leadership, right? Yes, it is Black history. Yes, it's about humility. Yes, it's all about, you know, what is the character of a leader, right? As we look at some of the great leaders in Black history, what would you say some of the characteristics they share, right? What are the makeups of a great leader, right? And to do that, of course, you got to dig into some great leaders. So looking forward to what everyone has this evening. If your artwork is not on theme, that is still totally cool. We still look forward to all the genius that you have to share with us this evening. Next week's theme, analog world, whew, AM, FM. Listen, I remember listening to baseball games on this thing with my grandfather, you know, like there's so many things, you know, that went on in this world. If you look at an analog world, it was a lot of things that changed our lives. So come next week, ready to rock. Look, March is already upon us. Here's a look at the upcoming themes right? We're going to keep digging and digging and digging in that ink bottle of yours to see what else we got in there. All right, let's get to the rules so we can get to the artistry this evening. Artists, turn your cameras on. We are trying to simulate a live open mic as much as possible. Plus, we love to see all the beautiful exuberance that goes into your artistic performance. As you're getting ready to approach the mic, have your artwork ready. All right, whatever medium you're using, if you're playing instruments, which is totally cool, make sure your sound settings are correct so we can hear all of your work. Artists, you got 3 minutes to rock, all right? Plus a 30-second intro to let the world know how they can connect with you and all the things that you do before or after you get down. Change your Zoom name to coincide with how you want the community to connect with you so we can continue to grow the greatest community in the world. We have reached the time of night, folks, where all the kids should be in bed by now because there are some explicit lyricists running around these parts, all right? May even bring about some flashbacks, but the founders of our cafe were major proponents on the freedom of speech, and we will make sure it maintains in the vein of everything we do. Therefore, there is no censorship. Other than any hate speech or any ism that people may use to manipulate, which will not be tolerated. Go around and get cute, man. Get the boot all the way from the BX, man. You know what it is. Respect the mic, folks. This is a true call and response space. After these artists get up here and share a piece of who they are, you will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to share all of that energy, all of that exuberance with the audience. Don't worry about the noise, y'all. It's the rowdiest night of the week anyway. We're going to keep it that way, all right? Share all that energy. It will be returned to you in the artwork of the artist this evening. The guaranteed list tonight is closed because signups begin 24 hours before the show, which will be Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Sign up, you go to Nuyorican.org, click on full events calendar, click on the Thursday that you want to get down on, get that Artist-RSVP ticket so you can get on the list, not the view. You need the artist so you can get on the guaranteed list. If you're in a tri-state area, make sure you are plugging in with the Nuyorican Bowery Slam. That stage is hot, man. I'm telling you. Shout out J Rose, shout out Luna Rosa. It goes hard, man. Also, the open mic at the Lower East Side Center. Shout out Soul Cream, another amazing space with another amazing host. Also, Final Fridays. Shout out Tony McPherson. Listen, I'm telling you, all sharks in that water. Make sure you're ready for it. All right. Also, Know Thyself. Right. Again, working on the entire artist. All right. Tonight's list is full of amazing artists that came to get down and shared their incredible genius with us. So let's get to it. There's all my rowdy friends here on Thursday night. What's good, good people? Great to see all of you. See some faces I haven't in a while. Great to see you all. Let's get to this, folks. So, starting us off this evening, what better way, right? What better way? This gentleman, again, I like to call him our resident blacksmith. He always has incredible work using incredible forms, right? Mr. Lighthouse Writer himself, the one and only Michael Sindler is here. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Always great to see you too, and always great to see all these wonderful artists. And if anybody's wondering what he's talking about with Lighthouse, it is lighthousewriters.org, which is a wonderful, wonderful place to go and check out and find all kinds of amazing classes and workshops and neat stuff like that. I'm going to start with one that is about Black history, but in a way, it's there's a painting in the wonderful American Museum of Western Art here in Denver that shows the first woman in the West, and she's on her horse with her husband and all that. But amazingly enough, right next to her, walking, is this other woman who, oh my God, is a Black woman who is their maid, but she doesn't get mentioned, it's the blonde woman that is the first woman. So I wrote a poem about that called The Other First Woman. My name is Jane. I am forgotten. History is for the rich. My mistress Susan ran me ragged, cleaning, cooking, 1,000 chores. Her hands are soft, tender, and clean. Mine are dirty, cracked, and sore, but I will bear no ill will towards her as I rest on my pallet by the door. I disappear before I'm gone. History is for the rich. And moving on, this is one I tend to read generally this month. It's called Shade from Mark Bradford. And y'all should check out who Mark Bradford is. Fantastic painter, one of the greatest painters on earth right now. So Shade from Mark Bradford. What was is not what is. Layers pasted and torn back like the scar tissue that never heals. The black skin, resilient yet aching from endless abuse. The cry of pain reaching out to cover the landscapes, broken, cracked, but indelible, even in the face of attempts to obliterate. The charred skin of bodies lynched and left to rot showed these marks, the wild and vicious slashes of floggings and canings as well. And still, no matter how much is torn away, how intense the attempt to obliterate, to desecrate, and destroy, there remain patches of proud, pure black, stubbornly holding fast to the canvas of history, refusing to be negated, no matter how denigrated, how dismissed, how denatured, no matter how powerful the tug of forces straining to unlodge them and to pull them from the story, to rip out native tongues and leave a dark pool of silence. But within these dark, inky depths, this black swamp of memory, a song vibrates, carried over burnt loam hills on fragile wings, wispy shadows lacing land with homespun pattern, lending definition and dignity, anchoring chords of hope, notes of defiance, and resonating tones of resilient spirit, a song of knowledge decrying that dormant within this world of thin and brittle, pasty and paltry, fated and fading, damned and doomed prejudice, lying in wait in the cool shadow of shade, the soft, pure richness of black will persevere. And I want to do just one more. This is for one of the great heroes of American history. It's called Bridge, a ringa for John Lewis. He gave more in a day than most do in a life, but he gave every day as if it was the last chance to pass on the torch of love. He showed compassion while being kicked and beaten, never forgetting that the sickness that is hate can only be cured with love. He willed himself to transform anger to action, remaining peaceful with implacable courage and the soul of a healer. He was a bridge to the future, helping everyone cross over, his strong back never breaking, no matter the weight or pain. Bronze and stone statues will fall and be forgotten, fleeting monuments to valor or to hubris. His monument is progress. Okay, thank y'all very much. Great to be here.
Wow, I'm telling you, this dude, this is why I call him the blacksmith, because this just stays so sharp. Unmute yourself, give it up for Michael Sindler.
Woohoo, Michael! Woo!
I love those. I was taken though, Michael, particularly with the first one that you read. It was, I guess, the briefness and the simplicity, but it really had a depth that spoke very loudly. So that was nice. Thank you.
Indeed. You know, when you write, when you really dig into your writing, which you always do, you always come up with such gems, man. Like, even in style, even in form, right? I told y'all, he comes with it. He had a ringer at the end, right? But I just love how you just put those words together, man. You said how intense the attempt to obliterate. That is just amazing one. I disappear before I'm going, right? I saw Bonnie on that one too. Beautiful line. Leave a dark pool of silence. Ah, man. The imagery on that. You know what I mean? I love poems that have texture, and that definitely does. And then, of course, living every day like it's the last chance to pass on the torch of love. I mean, that's just work. Thank you, sir. Truly appreciate what you do and for setting us off this evening. All right, folks, Starship's underway. Let's keep it going. Coming up next, this gentleman, man, I'm telling you, I love this dude. He continues to rock, continues to write, continues to get better, and just listen, his rhymes are right on time. You're about to find out why. Throwing it over Eddie Foreman in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Eddie, always great to see you, man. Come on, take it away.
Thank you, my brother, like no other words like thunder. And please, Elemental, please don't apologize because we all know you are our potastic guy. All right. My name is Ed Potastic, I'm fantastic. Please tell me to join my rhyme, Fafo Sublime. I got one short piece and a medium-sized piece, so I don't take too much time. The first piece is called Gray Eyes. Love your color. Please don't hate. Love as your sister, mothers, or brothers. Start the minds debate. We need one another. Some minds need an update before the endless slaughter. On our skin, we can relate. Accept us, just like clear water. It's like the brownies you ate. Please don't turn into a monster that will demise the state. The America way, you imposter. This way wasn't so great. Please no more pour corpse on altars. Only you can blind your fate. Don't be front news for the reporters. Ignorance is a state of mind, not a trait. Stop with these pointless inner borders. All that ignorance and hate, you'll stay overweight. Please don't be someone's murderer, but a supporter. Love and acceptance, a more peaceful life awaits. Thank you. And the other one is called Pitch Black Unity. A mighty wise man once said he had a dream. Eternal legacy flows like a rushing stream. It's more probably to take a large brick than to hold a gun. It showed more strength to be an iron wall than a mock sun. African-American freedom fighters who are departed but not forgotten, their lively spirits leave our beating hearts less rotten. Their feat of sacrifice hasn't been tarnished or in vain. God knows they suffer from barking ignorance, whipping stupidity, and biased reign. In their last dying breaths, they never cursed or bellowed or raged with ill will. Their heroic impact gave the hooded phantoms deep panic, fears, and chills. Our ancestors were bound in rusty, rattling, and clinging chains. Their ironclad determination helped us deal with the isolating pains. They suffer in agonizing darkness to bring us in the painless light. Some of you carelessly toss it away, a hunger for spite. The unforeseen burns of backstabbing by ignorant whites, and even against ourselves. Yet people keep forgetting that book on the shelves. It's not easy being a big black ink blot. It's not easy being a big black ink blot on a white canvas. We're trying to get this rage and stress off a wrong chest. Fighting, shouting, killing like blinded guns isn't the answer. It's spreading the venomous river of hate so much faster. Hate never loves, but only exterminates and destroys. Please be mindful that we're human beings and not mindless toys. Bitter vengeance is a dish left freezing cold. Is it really satisfactory to deliver punishment sevenfold? It's easy to build instead of burning bridges. Everyone knows it's better to heal than to dig ditches. It doesn't matter if you're red, black, or white. Let's bury the hatchet and fight the good fight. There's strength in numbers, so let's become an enormous radiant sun. Let's make our voices, struggles, and powers into one. Black History is supposed to be celebrating just 1 month. Let's give ancient right bigotry one massive dynamite punch. Thank you so very much.
Dynamite. Damn it, that's what I'm talking about. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Eddie Foreman.
Yeah.
All right.
That was awesome. Beautiful. Really, really, really nice.
You always make every day more positive anytime we get to hear you.
Every single time, man. I'm telling you, that dude just does it, right? He just, brings in the sunshine, man. And I love that you are focused on that, Eddie. Even when you write heavy stuff, you still find a way to bring light into it, man. And that's really, really important, because that's heavy stuff, right? Man, that line, though. Eddie, ignorance is a state of mind, not a trait. Let's go. Let's go, right? Being a big black ink blot on a white canvas. Yeah, I was messing with that recently, too. Better to heal than dig ditches. I will agree with you, man. Really. Take the time and, heal. Find that peace, go to the table and talk about it. Definitely. Appreciate you, Eddie. That's the work, man. Come on. All right. Coming up next. I'm telling you, this gentleman has the art of writing the kind of poetry that sticks to your bones. I don't know if you want to call it soup or stew. I don't know, but this dude puts it down. I'm telling you. The one and only Alan Gary is in the building, y'all. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Thank you for that warm and wonderful welcome, as always, Elemental, and hello, everybody. As always, friends, come on over and for a free virtual coffee to drop by and reply to a post on my Alan Gary Facebook page, forever open for your dining and dancing pleasure. Tonight, we celebrate Black History Month, which is always ongoing, not just 1 month, but tonight I would like to honor a poet who has inspired many, including myself, and I have a second piece as well. The first piece is by Maya Angelou. I like to read her, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. A free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends, and dips his wing in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. The free bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade winds soft through the sighing trees, and the fat worms waiting on a dawn-bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. But a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams. His shadow shouts on a nightmare scream. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown, but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. Thank you. This next piece also is part of the theme about the character of leadership and humility, which, I strive for. Well, it came from a group that I used to facilitate. It was a writing group, and the individuals that I work with disabilities, and this came from a free write session. And I hope this embodies my life. It is called Then. Who knows what tomorrow will bring? I know that I was gifted with today. Yesterday was my good friend. It taught me what to say. The moments which chase the next, I know not when they'll end. My presence unique, my skill sets I lend. Each second of joy I dispense is success. For these are my accomplishments then. Thank you.
Oh, I told y'all know how he does it. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Alan Gary.
That was excellent, Alan.
Really, really nice one.
Really nice.
Thank you.
Really nice.
It's hard sometimes just to listen, right? Because I'm so interactive with poetry. But when you're reading something like Maya Angelou's poem, right, I have to take pause and just listen. You know what I mean? Because there's so much in her work. So thank you for bringing her work in this evening and reading it in its entirety. I appreciate that. And the way that short poem just I'm telling you, like, I dig your style, man. Really, I want you to keep writing, keep doing what you do. Truly appreciate you. All right, coming up next. Listen, this artist right here. Every time she comes through, she likes to start fires, right? I love it, right? Because her work is so real. The one and only Bonnie Soloway is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, Bonnie. Please take it away.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Elemental. I'm on Instagram mostly. And after listening to Eddie's poem, I hope that maybe I can put a little bit of that love into some of my work. But right now it still tends toward the rage. And this one's called The Clues of a Self-Ruse. 24 hours is not enough time to digest daily spins of this new party line. Every damn outlaw action signed off with a flare, quickly regurgitated from hither to there, pontificated to death from those who can spare the time and the energy to reframe yet again what was already there. As if those besmirched words deserve any more air, or fear-mongered threats from all talking heads who evangelize beautifully, trying hard to pretend only they hold the clues to some moral imperative this voter sees as a money grab ruse. Dems, you've offered nothing tangible to keep this country intact, yet now's the time we should prop up your backs. Incessant text messages teasing a scare, begging like paupers who refuse to prepare. We got the same tea leaves, I'm pretty damn sure. Best read them again before screaming for more. Or open a history book and show us a time an authoritarian stepped down on a democratic timeline. Before you think 2 or 4 years is our max, I'm here to say, hey, just relax. Putin's been president for the last 13 years straight, 22 years in all, pushing through a constitutional amendment, term limits now permanently forestalled. Viktor Orban's been president for 15 years, Xi Jinping for 12. Erdogan's been in for 11. Trump and Musk, there's no way to tell. But please, please, they all beg, voters must give, give, and give to podcasts, to Substacks, to underground news, to campaigns desperately trying to prove. If we all just keep giving, perhaps one day soon, we can join them in Neverland as they barf up more clues, watching the chaos of this endless self-ruse. Thank you.
Come on, buddy. Come on. You told you so fire. I love it. Come on, so give it up for Bonnie. Soloway.
Yeah, that was right on.
That was to the
Right on.
point and beautifully spoken.
Fantastic.
Very great.
Thank you.
Great
Thank you.
comparison to the rest of the world. Like, but we're just what, 1 month in, it's like you just gotta still have a few years to go. So that's a very, I love it. The scariness of this whole. So thank you for reminding us, how important.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Listen, I told you, listen, I guess it's just, it just, when that page hits your pen, I don't know. They just ignite, Bonnie, really. Just, well, we got the same tea leaves, I'm pretty damn sure. It's interesting that you brought up voters, right? You said voters must give, give, and give, right? As if their vote wasn't enough. They want all of you. And then you said, oh, for us to join them in Neverland? Like, come on. That's that's just a beautiful, beautiful way of even just seeing it, trying to see it that way. It is a beautiful Neverland. Hopefully not Michael Jackson's ranch, but Neverland nonetheless. Appreciate you, Bonnie, for all that you do, truly. All right, coming up next, this gentleman, listen, continues to come through. He puts in the kind of work that, just kind of makes you feel like you're a part and connected to this whole thing. Trust me, you're about to see the author of The Impromptu of Love and Music, the one and only Ray Whitaker, is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, sir. Please, take it away.
Thank you, Elemental. It is great to be here tonight and to be amongst such a fine crew of poets. Such a privilege for me. I have 2 for you tonight, and one's short and one's not. So we'll get right to it here. The first one's called More of a Perspective. This is how I need it versus this is how you want it. What are we waiting to hear? Not the accountability of being tied to the whipping post, the pauses between striking blows dripping red. It is a lifetime I'm not living anymore. Sensing that I want to feel normal and free as a kid does when in a children's hospital. This is how I need it versus this is how you want it. What are we waiting to hear? Thank you. And this next piece is fresh, and it's probably got a rough edge or two that I may edit out later, but I thought it was useful, and I thought it was good for tonight. It's called The Voice. Ray! A woman's voice woke him, middle of the night, sight dim in darkness. Insistent, not urgent or strident. Waking up from soundless sleep made him look, lifting head off the pillow, looking out the bedroom door towards the deeper alto heard. It was the only word spoken by a voice he did not recognize, couldn't quite place it. Memories drew a blank. Perhaps belonging to his first wife. There belonged an alto voice, full-throated in a 5'2" frame. Having not heard hers for 34 years, unsure, time's blurring occurred. Yet the voice could easily be from a past, perhaps a slave from the Roman city Pompeii, spoils belonging to a sword warfighter. Or maybe Erlene's ancestors, the earnest black woman who assisted his young mother with a busy infant boy through her multiple sclerosis illness. A voice from the others, calling his name dreamlike, the thick of night, gently demanding awakening. Sipping his coffee in the morning, sitting in the space of wonder of the event in the night, padding barefoot across the carpet to the possibilities of what? A resident inquiry of the risen dawn. More coffee is needed. Thank you.
Yo, storytellers in the building, man. This dude, that was incredible, sir. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ray Whitaker.
Oh man, Ray, just even though it was a little bit quiet there, I had to really strain to hear it was worth the strain because, you know, every line was just so full of beauty and compassion. Just love your work so much.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And I appreciate being here. This place is just phenomenal.
Hey, we appreciate you for being here, sir, and sharing your incredible work. Shout out to New Shit. All right. Hey, sometimes, you know, New Shit got rough edges on it. Sometimes you just gotta trim the fat. You know what I mean? But keep some of it, makes it juicy. You know, I love how, again, you just make it real, right? What are we waiting to hear, right? And when you're surrounded by so many things that you don't want to hear, you know what I mean? What are you waiting to hear? So I really love that perspective. And then in voice, you know, when you have a voice from the others, when you hear that very distinct voice, it just, when they say things, like everything else just goes away. So usually you want to hear those things. So pay close attention. Appreciate you for even bringing that perspective, sir. Love your work. Truly. Appreciate you. All right. Coming up next, the two gentlemen that were in the spaces are not in the room, but we are going to hold space for them. So, keeping it going. Coming up next, Brooklyn in the building. This incredible storyteller right here has got one for us this evening, folks. Strap in, because here it comes at you. The one and only Markencia is here. Let them know where they can find you. Come on, Markencia. Take it away. Great to see you.
You find me here on Thursday nights. One moment. Harriet Tubman, born Araminta Ross in 1822, is A switchblade, loaded gun, steel bullet, striking a chord, whipping, Uncle Tom, master and slave. At 13, struck behind the head with a 2-pound weight, thrown by an overseer, meant for a fugitive slave, thus standing in solidarity, refusing to block the escape. A fractured skull she suffered in a lifelong neurological condition, narcolepsy, an imbalance of sleep-wake cycles, sleeping spells, she called it, paired with chronic pain and seizures. The seizures themselves are believed to have had induced vivid visions, and combined with knowledge of the terrain and the help of abolitionists, led to successful operations. Cotton fields harvested, the dignity of Blackness reclaimed, speaking in code, singing old Negro spirituals, stirring the soul, wade in the water, following the drinking gourd, the Big Dipper constellations over hills and through rivers. A soft knock on the door. It's Moses, a friend with a friend, a conductor seeking to go station to station, door to door. She conducted 19 trips within a decade, freeing approximately 750 up north. She died in 1913 at the age of 91 in Auburn, New York. I walked the distance, laid out before me, tracing the footprints of Harriet Tubman, the Union Army's nurse, spy, cook, a no-nonsense revolutionary. It's liberty or death, she says. Take me to the river, I whisper in the breeze. I want to be free. You mustn't be complacent or afraid of your own power and esteem, she reassures me. It is so written and engraved in your skin, plasma, the very fabric of your being. You have always had it. Now run with it. No one dares tell you differently. My brother Mark attended the Mary McLeod Bethune Middle School, MS 394 in Brooklyn, New York. Born in 1875, an educator, woman of faith, civil rights activist, philanthropist, and an advisor to 5 presidents of the United States. Though softly spoken, was stern and rigid on her human rights campaigns, yet claimed to be no politician. She became the first vice president of the NAACP and became the first African-American woman to head a government agency, thus serving the Black community. I too am a dreamer, a bloody Black rose of deep mahogany, crimson Merlot, held in the hand of Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune. Hence, your Black is beautiful. I too grasp hold of the cane gifted from President Roosevelt's collection, mirroring strength, balance, endurance, and the loosening tension in race relations. Her pearl necklace, an emblem of her faith, poise, wisdom, and divine feminine grace. Her honorary cap and gown and stack of books as pedestal champions education as an upward trajectory of abundance and prosperity. She is memorialized in white marble, same as used by Michelangelo. 11 feet and 6,000 pounds, carved in Italy, the honor and privilege of an artist captivated by the 15th of 17 children, born in North Carolina on a log cabin on a cotton plantation. Okay, one of her famous quotes reads as follows: I leave you love, I leave you hope, I leave you the challenge of developing confidence, in one another. I leave you a thirst for education. I leave you a respect for the use of power. I leave you faith. I leave you racial dignity. I leave you a desire to live harmoniously with your fellow men. I leave you finally a responsibility to our young people. Thank you.
You know, that is the kind of work that scares people, man. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Markencia.
That's the kind of important truth that we all need to hear, no matter what our age or what our ethnicity or whatever. We are all need to know these truths.
That was absolutely beautiful. And I agree with Michael that I'm just continually, I guess, disgusted by my own ignorance with so many details of history that are just either not revered, swept under the rug, not taught, or whatever. It's just getting worse. But that was just an amazing lesson in not only Harriet Tubman, but just the beauty of everything that she did and what she stood for. So thank you so much. It was really worth it.
Oh, that's just that's the type of work that I believe the ancestors wanted to talk about or wish they could tell those stories. They told those stories just in different ways, right? This is how we know them, right? But it's something about those stories, right? It's something about survival in a time where survival was, almost it was non-existent, So to hear, people with medical conditions, right, going beyond what anybody ever thought could be done by anyone, right? By anyone. Doesn't matter what their nationality, doesn't matter, what their physiology says. This person did this. 750? Come on. I believe she said I would have saved more if they'd only known they were slaves. Right? Listen, that is the work, though. So I appreciate you for bringing that. Right? I appreciate you bringing those stories of the gourd. Right? You've always had it, now run with it. Right? I, too, am a dreamer. A bloody black rose? Come on. Come on. That's just kind of like the Jedi Master says, all those lines that he wants on people on the wall, people that write, like, yeah, now I need a bloody black rose. That's just sick. Thank you for that. Truly appreciate that work. Listen, we'll go one more, and then I will pass it to RMT. I did want to shout out Doug Silver in the building. What up, Professor Platinum? Always love that dude coming through. Shout out Steve Romanell, Jeff Taylor, Garage Poets in the building, and Carrie. Appreciate you for being in the building. Everybody else, we're gonna hear from you later on. Listen, I really can't thank y'all enough for hanging out this evening. Look, coming up next, I already said, right? The storytellers are in the building. Here comes another one. This incredible gentleman, books on books on books. This guy, right? Author of Mirror Mirror, author of The Bald Raven, and a publication soon to come. This gentleman puts in the type of work that just makes books happy. Really, they love to see Ike coming. The one and only Ike Waltz is in the building. Let these folks know how they can connect with you. I like to call this dude the Vincent Price of poetry. You're about to find out. Great to see you, Ike. Please, take it away.
Yes, it's Black History Month. And quite honestly, I'm always so badly prepared for it. I don't know why. Something seems to be a vacuum, which I don't get. Trump likes to whiten with whiteout. Yes, I am white like cabbage. That's why I eat Bavarian sauerkraut. Yes, I think often about what is white and what is black, and get stuck in that nagging why. And the mirror hangs in the wall, which separates reality, trying to equal us all. I look into the mirror and I see that my face is white. You look into the mirror and you see that your life is black. Before I open the door in the morn, inside out, I look into the mirror and I say goodbye to my face. And I expect that my face smiles white at me. Before you open the door in the morn, inside out, and you look into the mirror, yes, you are reminded, face to face, that your day is black. That's all you see. 12 hours later, after I open the door at dusk, outside in, the mirror greets me, welcome home. We sit down for dinner, we pray that the world is white, and our tears, we take for granted, are white. After you open the door at dusk, outside in, you pass the mirror fast. Your tired face had lost another entire day. Tears hide, black and ashamed. You pray with nothing more to say. There's a mirror in every home that reflects the truth alone. Is there a mirror within the all of us? Or is a mirror equal reflection at best? Black and white are no color at all. Equal, yes, but at the opposite of its man-made spectrum's end. Yet red is the blooded bond, the human in between we share. 24 hours later, I look into the mirror and I see that my face is white. You look into the mirror and the mirror says, they ain't not like us. Thank you.
God damn it. Oh my goodness. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ike Walls.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh my goodness. That's what I love about poets, folks. That's what I love about poets. We take everything in the world and we make it palatable for everyone, right? Like they give us hunger and famine and just the destitute of the world, and we have to make it poetry. And damn it, if Ike Waltz didn't serve that shit up with sauerkraut this evening. Like, come on, man. He said white like cabbage. I love your awkward poems, sir. Like, really. He's like, I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to feel about it. I love that, but you're just so like looking at things from such a macro level, but still feel like the little walking things on from War of the Worlds, I remember. So it's just, man, very strategic. Like that whole mirror perspective, man, that's gonna take me a minute, right? I say bye to my face, right? You walk out of your door and your day is black, right? I say goodbye, face. Like I don't know where your brain goes, sir, but I'm glad it goes there and comes back and it's here every Thursday. Truly appreciate you, sir. Listen, you start talking that jazz, I'm telling you. Don't start talking about social constructs, man-made spectrums they bank on that. Trust. Listen, before we move on, I'm gonna pass it to the dopest tech in the Zoom verse, story only Ron Mark Thompson, aka RMT. Not down with RMT by now, damn it. You should be. All the way to BX. What's good with you, Ron?
I'm feeling okay, much better than last week. Shout out to anyone who's going through the flu or cold or this crazy winter weather, like wishing everyone good health. And yeah, I gotta add to like Ike was like, you are so right. Like, I love how he and so many of our other poets tonight just, unapologetically just get right into the poem and you figure out what I'm saying, this is it's such deep meanings, and you give us tough themes though, Elemental, but we need to get to them because it is important for us to stay human and to remain humane, so thank you, Elemental, thank you for your hosting here every week. Appreciate you, appreciate everyone in the community. Hey everyone, I am Ron Mark Thompson, the tech assistant here tonight at the online open mic, and I'm also with the programs and operations team at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. As many of you know and are aware, we are currently closed for a building reconstruction on the Lower East Side in New York City, but we are continuing with our offsite and online programs, including tonight's, weekly on Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, our online open mic. If you didn't get a performance ticket, but you still would like to perform, let us know in the Zoom chat and we will add you to the good luck round at the end. Other than that, if you want to be on next week's guaranteed performance list, the sign up starts 24 hours prior on our calendar, which is nuyorican.org/calendar. Also, as many of you are aware, and as Elemental mentioned at the beginning, we do continue our weekly Nuyorican Bowery Slams at the Bowery Poetry Club, not too far from where the Nuyorican Poets Cafe is located in New York City. That's every Monday, 6:30 p.m. doors open. Alternately hosted by J Rose and Luna Rosa. Luna is going to be back this coming Monday, and everyone who wins on Mondays gets invited to compete at the final Friday Slam, which takes place, as the name says, on the final Friday of the month, which is not tomorrow, but next week on the 28th of February at the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater. That's in Midtown Manhattan, not too far from where all the Broadway theaters are, just a blocks distance. So if you're ever in New York City, or if you are in New York City and you live here or you visit, just come on by. 9:30 p.m. last Friday of the month, hosted by Tony McPherson. And Luna, instead of hosting, she's our DJ there. So that's starting, that's taking place next week. You can get tickets through the link on our calendar or go directly to the Puerto Rican Traveling Theaters ticket site, which you can link through nuyorican.org/FFS, which stands for Final Friday Slam. And just in case you were not yet aware, we now do have a webpage on our website dedicated to everything happening about our slam season this year. It is nuyorican.org/slam. And on there, you will find information about all the winners of the current season on Mondays and Fridays, starting with January last month. The rules of slam, how does somebody get from Mondays to Friday, and how does somebody who wins on a Friday, how do they get nominated to compete at the annual Grand Slam at the end of the year? You can see the scores of all the winners thus far, so anything and everything that has to do with our poetry slam within the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, you can find exclusively on this page. And we also have assembled our slam team for this year, for 2025. So as they go onto their journey of writing, performing, rehearsing, and making it to the nationals in the summer, we will also update our slam page and take you along their journey. So again, that's nuyorican.org/slam. On Wednesdays, we are continuing our open mics in person at the Lois Cider Center, which is on 9th Street in New York City in Manhattan. On the first Wednesday of the month, it's our Women Orator Wednesday, hosted by last year's Poetry Slam Grand Slam champion, somebody's mama. Next Women Orator Wednesday is on March 5th. That's in a week and a half, 2 weeks, sorry. So that's not too far from now. And on the second and fourth Wednesday, Sol Preem hosts the Nuyorican open mic, open for everyone. And if you miss any of those in-person open mics, they are also live streamed on our YouTube channel. You cannot perform like you can here on the online open mic, but you can watch the recording or the live stream. But it is in the same live section, just like our current open mic here online is streaming from Zoom to our YouTube channel. So if you missed any of that, of those, check us out. Everything else that I didn't mention, we have teenage open mics coming up, another edition next month. We're going to be back at the International Center of Photography. Brian the Motel Guy will be our new host there. Many of you know him from winning some of the Monday Slams, and he hosted our summer open mics last year at La Sala de Pepe. We're going to be back at Battery Park City in April. We do have slam workshops second Tuesday of every month. We opened up more tickets for those sessions, so feel free to sign up. Those are free thanks to a generous grant from Poets and Writers. We also have ticketed events and workshops such as the Know Thyself meditation and writing workshop with Charlie Vasquez. So all of those that I didn't mention, just head to nuyorican.org/calendar and you can find all the tickets and information for all of these events. And we are a non-for-profit organization. We do get some grants. We do have some ticketed events, but not all of that money pays for all the operations, to keep the cafe's operations running. Even though we are closed, we still have lots of expenses, including the Zoom room here, and the live stream, obviously. So if you want to help us out, go to nuyorican.org/contribute, or when you sign up for your Artist-RSVP ticket here on Thursdays, when you sign up on Wednesday evening or Thursday mornings, there's also an option to donate. And I know some of you have donated as part of their ticket order, so we thank you, obviously. And we're going to soon announce another way that you can contribute. We are in the process of creating a Patreon page where we will put additional content that is not freely available, out on our social media platforms. So that way you can also help us out in staying in operations and giving you even more beautiful content, for our community here. But all of that we will let you know more, as time goes on, and we have all of these informations to announce. In the meantime, though, let us return to our online open mic, and I am looking at the list, which here we go. We are now going to California, Long Beach to be exact, and we are welcoming back Bill Elkins here with his beautiful music, and always coming here on Thursdays. Bill, I just want to do a quick tech check on the top of your Zoom app where it says original sound for musicians. Is it currently, does it say off or on at the moment?
It says on now.
Oh, perfect. Okay, because there were a few weeks when we couldn't hear your guitar all the way, but now as long as it's on, Zoom should not give us any issues then.
I just turned it on.
Okay, all right. Well, hey, then we're gonna get a good treat today. And I think I already heard a little bit of the guitar in the background, which is great, though. So I'm so happy that I get to announce you. Welcome, everyone. Bill Elkins, all the way from the West Coast. Bill, it's always good to have you here. The 3 minutes are all yours.
Okay. Well, thank you, Ron. Appreciate it. Hello, everybody. We're finally getting some decent weather here in Southern California. It's going to be in the 80s this weekend. It was in the 70s today. Blue skies after all the fires and all that other stuff. So I want to do my spring song that I've written before. That you've heard it before, I'm sure. It's called California Sunshine Spring. I hope you like it. Spring flowers blossom under deep blue sunny skies. April showers nourish plus greenery ever so far and wide. Majestic snow atop our mountains melt, unveiling gray and alpine green. The mighty Pacific unleashes titanic force upon our beaches, coast and stream. California sun burns off coastal fog, warming our mountains, desert and land. We absorb its warmth while we play in our parks, fields and sand. We plunge ourselves into cold waters to give our bodies an effervescent shock. We honor the night when we gaze at stars dancing to the circadian clock. What an existential treat to awaken to a springtime breeze. What an existential thrill to awaken to a springtime chill. All living things dance and sing in Mother Nature's fluorescent. Mother Nature's fluorescent dream. California sunshine spring, or is it Mother Nature's fluorescent dream? California sunshine spring. I'm sorry, my string is broken on the guitar, so I'm gonna have to stop. Sorry, everybody.
Hey, it sounds magnificent, sir. Your songs always resonate with us. Trust and believe. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Bill Elkins.
Yeah.
Screws on me fingers.
Can't
That was
believe it.
great, Bill. Even though it was not the full tune, we just love it. There's some great wordplay in there, just magnificent.
Yeah, we all need a reminder that spring is not that far away, though. And I actually saw some snowflakes earlier today in the Bronx, Elemental. I was like,
Come on, man. Good. Yeah, the weather patterns these days are, I have no idea. I don't even know how meteorologists track that madness because it's all over the place, really.
Yeah, this guitar is a little different than an acoustic guitar. The strings tend to break a little easier on here. Sorry, everybody.
Don't know your own strength.
Very good. Very good.
Listen, your work always resonates, sir. Again, like I said, a generation's folk singer, man, and you write those types of songs every time, right? A titanic force on a magnificent coast and streams. Come on. What I love about California also, he said, warming our mountains, desert, and land, right? In a few hours, you can be in the mountains with snow in California. A few hours later, you're on the beach, like he said, in the cold water. So it's just amazing like that. Thank you for always coming through and sharing your work, Bill. And that background, I'm telling you, as the sun's going down in California, that background is the business, man. Truly appreciate you, sir. All right. And of course, always love to RMT. Wouldn't be here rocking without Mission Control. Appreciate you, man. For real, Ron. All right. Let's keep it going. Well, we see you coming in the building, Matt. Don't worry, we will get to you, sir. Coming up next, this gentleman right here, I love to say, man, came to do lots of things, but did not come here to tap dance. This gentleman, man, inspires me in all kinds of crazy ways, man, just because of the way that he rips and does what he does. The one and only Baba Ngoma is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, God. Please, take it away.
Hey. You can find me here on Thursday night. So I got a poem and I got a song, and both of them kind of Black history, I think. I've been in the storm so long, Lord. I've been in the storm so long. I've been in the storm so long, Lord, I ain't had time to pray, no. I ain't had time to pray. Anatomy of a Lynching. Contemporary Sketches of America. Bloody Monday, June 8th, 1998. Phone rings 2 minutes before my alarm. The usual sexy voice on the end of my phone frantically says, "Didn't you listen to the news? Didn't you hear about Jasper, Texas? A black man, James Byrd Jr., beaten and dragged from the back of a truck." "Damn, that's a hell of a way you got for waking up a brother," I says. "One of them had white supremacist tattoos and was talking trash about the Turner Diaries. Claimed they found my man's body parts along the road for 2 miles. When the truck stopped, he was headless." "Must be that Jack Daniels and Budweiser. Rednecks piss. You know they go crazy when they drink that shit. Start killing their mamas and raping their daughters, barking at the moon, setting examples for their kids. The black mayor and his cronies say they didn't know about any white supremacists in the area and that it was an isolated tragedy. I suppose that's why Brother Man's a mayor, because he don't know about secret societies. So secret they're on the internet. Maybe Jasper, Texas didn't get that yet. Local citizen says racism is as much of Jasper as death. The cracker that killed him had a favorite hymn, "Take my hand, precious Lord." Suppose God told him to do it. Scripture says strange shit when read through the bottom of a bottle. Damn, you got a hell of a way of waking up a brother. Can we start again? Good morning. I love you. I've been in the storm so long. Been in the storm so long, yeah. This is a song written by a guy by the name of Richard Farina. He was a boyfriend of Joan Baez's sister, and Joan Baez made this song popular. It's called Birmingham Sunday. Come round by my side, and I'll sing you a song. Well, I'll sing it so softly, it'll do no one wrong. On Birmingham Sunday, the blood ran like wine, and the choir kept singing about freedom. On a cold autumn morning, out and I saw the sun, and Addie Mae Collins, her number was 1. In Low Baptist Church, there was no need to run, and the choir kept singing about freedom. Young Carol, church was dark, cold wind blew, and Denise McNair brought the number to 2. The falcon of death was a creature they knew, and the choir kept singing about freedom. The church was dark and no one could see that Cynthia Wesley's dark number was 3. Her prayers and her feelings would shame you and me, and the choir kept singing about freedom. Young Carol Robertson entered the door. Well, the number her killers had given was 4. She asked for a blessing, but asked for no more, and the choir kept singing about freedom. A man in the forest, he once asked of me, well, how many dark berries grow in the deep sea? Well, I asked him right back with a tear in my eye, how many dark ships in the forest? Well, the Sunday has come, and the Sunday has gone, and I can't do much more than to sing you this song. Well, I'll sing it so softly it'll do no one wrong. And the choir kept singing about freedom. Yeah, something like that.
Always an experience, y'all. I'm telling you. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Baba Ngomo.
Oh man, what a set, as always. A great
Another great lesson. Another great lesson from the great Joan Baez. Actually,
Yeah.
I had to look up Carol Robertson when you were singing. And I'm just always shocked that when you throw these names out there, they're always so meaningful. And
Richard Farina actually wrote
thank you.
quite a few great songs. It was really nice to hear your version of that, though, Baba.
Thank you. But that was written by Richard Farina. It wasn't written by
Oh.
Joan Baez.
Oh, okay.
And Richard
Could have been
Farina was
written.
Joan Baez's
Right.
sister's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was beautiful anyway.
Yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely. You know, you just embody the songs that you sing, right? And you sing them from a place that maybe even the artists themselves didn't think that it could be sung from a place like that, right? Listen, how you just how you do that with what you take as inspiration, right? And then you turn it and you talk about, you call it redneck piss, right? Jack Daniels and Budweiser. Like, come on, man. You said the scripture says strange shit when you read it through the bottom of a bottle. Goodness. Like, okay, got you. That refrain in the song, the choir kept singing about freedom. That's just gonna last with me for a while, you know. And I hope more people catch that vibe, right? And really understand that gonna be singing lots of things, but try to keep that one in mind too. Thank you, Baba, for doing what you do and sharing it with us. One of the dopest. Appreciate you. All right, coming up next. Listen, this gentleman, you know, has done some amazing things. Our resident Gilgamesh is in the building, and he's about to do something incredible. Just watch. The one and only Paul Skiff is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, Jedi Master. Please take it away.
Thanks, Elemental. Apologies for being a little quiet here tonight. If you can't hear it in my voice, I have kind of a heavy cold. And for that reason, I'd like to share screen, if that's possible, to play an audio clip, because I'm not sure I'd make it through a poem without breaking out into a very percussive bout of coughing.
You're all good. You're set.
Okay, so let me get this enabled. Hope I'm doing this right. And program note, I just want to acknowledge several people. This is a song. It's just me playing a djembe drum. People who don't know, it's a drum from West Africa that has a deep, long history. Wasn't really seen in the United States until the 1940s when Asadada Dafora was reputed to be the first person to get on stage and play a djembe for Americans. So I do want to acknowledge the people through whom the drum came to me, and that would be Babatunde Olatunji, Akinsola Akiwowo, and the Ghana Dance Ensemble. I'll put a wiki link for Olatunji in the chat after this. This ends in a manner that's not too humble, but I think you'll get the point.
My goodness, this dude. Then he starts chanting on us. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Paul Skip.
Oh, hell yeah.
We need the YouTube or the SoundCloud. Where you at, Paul?
Got that right vibe in me, bro. That's for sure.
I'll do that behind some of Baba's stuff. That would be great, man.
Power of the drum beat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We got so much talent in this room.
Absolutely, right? It's just like every week, it's just worlds of talent just coming through to hang out. It's like I got a song for you. Listen, sir, anytime you do something like that and you kind of create a rhythm, right? You entrance your audience, right? And then how you use your voice as another instrument is pretty incredible, sir. Really. The way that you're able to keep your rhythm and still project your voice and still make sure it's not you competing against the drum, but the drum is actually an accompaniment to your voice. It's amazing, sir. Everybody can't do something like that. I promise you. Everybody can't do that. But you made it look pretty effortless and amazing. Thank you for sharing it with us. Hope you feel better, sir. Truly, feel better soon. All right. Coming up next, Priestess is in the building. Every time she comes through, she brings a blessing. Listen, I appreciate her for her knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and all the things that she helps me to see and she shares with me. I'm telling you, it's amazing. The one and only Oshun Yo-Yen is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you. Please take it away.
Well, right now you can find me on Instagram or Facebook. In a couple of weeks, I'm toying with the idea of going down to the Jefferson Memorial, pouring libations, and going, "Yo, you see who's in the White House? Do something about that." So, this piece from the due today, it is kind of about leaders. I just decided like 20 minutes ago I was going to do this piece. It is kind of about leaders, but all these leaders are ancestors. They're Egungun. And just Egungun is a Yoruba word for ancestor. It literally means bone. You will also hear me use another word, asamafo. That's in the Akan language from Ghana. In Twi, that also means ancestor. I try to use words in places where you might understand what they are anyway, but I kind of want everybody to know what I was talking about. And so all these leaders are no longer here, but we can still call on them for their help. And God knows we need that help right about now. Piece is we call the Warriors. We conjured up some dead people in the purple of midnight last night. Not just any old dead folk, but ancestors, the Asamanfo, the Agungu, the good ones, the ones who didn't just die, but lived a legacy. Everybody dies, but not everybody makes a difference. You know the Agungu, the ones we stand with and who stand with us when times are hot, hard, and steep. We call the warriors, from Africa to America to the Caribbean. Thutmose III, Askia Torre, Shaka Zulu, Thomas Sankara, Queen Mazal Taruku, Queen Amina Zal, the Hidden Queen, Mamusa Tatayami Nabinge, Nanny of the Maroons in Jamaica, Bookmandeli, Macintyre, Toussaint Louverture, Celestine, Harriet Tubman, Gabriel Prosser, Fannie Lou Hamer, Martin as in King, Malcolm as in El Haj Malik El Shabazz, Stokely Carmichael. We laid out one big old feast to give them the strength and the inclination to talk, invoke their wisdom, ask for their guidance. Yeah, we call the warriors, made Ebo Eje in the ancient tradition, just as our Asamanfo did. The blood of fresh killed lamb, goat, and chicken, African white yam and palm oil, groundnut stew, and fufu with plenty pepper, beer, gin, and a machete. We told them we were under attack. Women, mothers, and grown men were being cut down like soldiers in the battlefield in an undeclared war. We told them that our children are being slaughtered like chickens and eaten by the witches disguised as other children, policemen, judges, and vigilantes. We poured libation and cried out. The, we poured libation and cried out. The warriors have been summoned. You have been warned.
If that wasn't the calmest damn warning I've ever heard, goodness. Unmute yourself, give it up for Oshu. Yo, yeah.
Fight on.
Truth teller doesn't begin to cover what we just heard. Just bringing us through generations and generations and just pulling out what's important. Oh, love it.
Have been warned. She said the warriors have been summoned. You have been warned. Like I just, listen. I love that, because you always seem to invoke the ancestors through your speech, right? She said not just any dead, the ones that lived a legacy, right? Not everyone makes a difference. And I don't think everyone was intended to make a difference. It's those the fearless enough to really step into their destiny do make a difference. You mentioned quite a few names, right? Shaka Zulu, the Hidden Queen, Gabriel Prosser, again, El Haj Malik, El Shabazz. Like, thank you so much for that. Peace be unto the ancestors. Listen, it is really, really just beautiful when you mention it, how you mention it, right? Not just anyone's, the good ones, right? The call has went out. You better watch your ass because the call has gone out. The Warriors are on their way. Thank you. Thank you for that. Truly. All right, let's keep it going. Whew. Listen, y'all been coming through with all kinds of heat this evening. I really can't thank y'all enough. Let's keep it going. Coming up next, this incredible author, pushcart nominee, playwright, incredible poet, continues to come through and rock some. Listen, like he's an iron worker. This dude puts in the work. I'm telling you, the one and only Mathematics is in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, Maestro. Please take it away.
Well, some things are happening that I'll talk about later on. You can find me here most Thursdays. I got 2 pieces. I'm not sure if I've read them before, but I think they're still pertinent. I am my default, so I won't be without. When there is no partner, I won't be without an outlet for the cherished feeling of desire. I won't feel destitute when someone is not the recipient of my spontaneous gush. I might feel alone and lonely, but not desperate. I'm missing out on love. I've become more cerebral since the physical yearn does not goad that want. Enough memories remind fingertips caress like a breeze blows over warm sand. Next piece. If I could swallow the night, stars effervesce in my throat, dark elixir filled with dreams, day stallions breeding with nightmares, endless journeys dare to end. New dawn glows on the horizon, no more sirens wailing through the night. Enlightenment needs no warning. It's coming. Peace.
Oh, yo, like he just come in and just drop them on you. Goodness. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Mathematics.
I mean, Nora was like, this might still be pertinent. Hell yeah, it is.
Right. This might be, Goodness, Math. Listen, wherever you are, whatever you're going through, sir, we are sending you positive energy as well. Listen, the way that you wrap yourself in your words is pretty warm, really. He said, I'm not gonna miss out on life, right? He said, fingertips remember like a warm breeze that flows over sand, you know? In your second piece though, Math, like I don't know, I don't think I've ever heard that, but that's one of those lines, sir, that I'm gonna have to steal and rearrange that, or I don't know, I may just quote mathematics on that one. He said, two, if I could swallow the night, and he said, day stallions mating with nightmares. Like, oh man. That wordplay is bananas. Thank you. Thank you, man. Truly, man. Truly. Whew. All right. There's only one more person on the guaranteed list, and so far, two on the good luck round. Listen, this gentleman right here, right? We welcomed this cat into the community last week, and he has come back. So listen, you know what it is, right? You've been rocking with us all night, man. Listen, it's great to see you. We are looking forward to what you got. Let these folks know where they can find you. Nashawn the Don is in the building, y'all. Come on, man. Great to see you. Take it away.
I represent Southside Queens, even though I'm on the Upper West Side currently living. I am, New York native, obviously. I can be found on Instagram or on Facebook. On Facebook, I'm known as Nashawn Ray Swanson. On Instagram, I'm known as Nashawn the Don, or I am that damnation. I'm gonna do a hybrid piece and a short service announcement. The name of this hybrid piece is called Cerebellum Vibes. Pick up the call, surgeon. Diving into cerebellum. Surgeon, solar monsoon. You're gathering into your ear hole. Riffing and raffing. Always asking. When you get the answer, you so damn flabbergasted. I'm your pastor, who you're after. Seek my laughter, but you won't get any after. Always going, always flowing. They never know the lessons infinitely grow. I'm what you need, I'm what you see. But when you get me, you change me to something you never see. I'm ever growing, myself unloading. Burn all of me so I can be the best of me. So you don't know, never proven show. Seek knowledge of thyself, hold then you can only grow. Wake up, bones urgent, diving into cerebellum. Searching southern monsoon, you're getting into your ear hole. Ripping and graphing, always asking. When you get the answer, you be so damn flabbergasted. I'm your pastor, who you're after, who's in the passion moving faster. Seek my laughter, but you won't get any after. Always going, always flowing. Stay in the know. The ledge will infinitely grow. I'm what you need. I'm what you see. But when you get me, you change me to something you never see. Ever growing, myself I'm knowing, learning all of me so I can be the best of me. Self you don't know, you never proven show. Seek knowledge of thyself whole, then you can only grow. Wake up, the call is urgent. I'm in cerebellum. Surgeon, solar monsoon. You got me to your ear. That's the first piece. Second piece is called Tale of a Dying Planet. It's a public service announcement. How do I start this tale? How should I begin? This world is quickly dying. We the people just care how they will win. The tale of a dying world, men do not heed the telltale signs, for it's man who's killing the earth and covering it up with lies. Over 56 years I've been on this earth, placing my birth till I'm gone. And the bird population has decreased by 3 billion worldwide since my day born. Soon they will all be gone. Like the canary in the coal mines, the bird is a telltale sign of coming calamity, disaster, unsafe conditions, troubles are nearby. If man truly love himself and the earth, he might find a way to survive, to let human civilization once again rise, to once again thrive. But the cost he may have to pay, I mean the extinction of many lives. None be untouched by the wave of death, not even the remotest tribes. Koala bears only 1,000 left in Australia because of drought and bushfires. We're losing this world fast, it's coming down to the wire. Birds, animals, plants, and human life could all be wiped out. The earth needs healing. We need to change things now. The birds are our warning. Will we heed their dying call? Or will we just self-destruct by doing absolutely nothing at all? Service announcement by Sean Devine.
Yo, man, somebody give this dude a job. He got the announcements on lock. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Sean the Dawn.
Yeah, thank you for speaking for all the creatures and everything who can't speak for themselves and need our help. That was beautiful.
Your voice is really unique. That's amazing. Wow.
See, listen. When you first start getting into this mix, man, you'll see how much more comfortable it will get. Trust. We all started, wasn't sure how much you could give to yourself with this whole thing, but trust and believe, man. All of it is necessary and worth all your effort. My apologies, this device is wanting to do some strange things. But truly appreciate the work that you put in, man. Clearly the song, listen, it is difficult enough to share your voice, but then when you create a song with it, that's even more. That's a whole nother level of love that you're giving to people with not just your voice, but your music. So thank you for sharing that with us. He said, seek knowledge of thyself, right? If you don't do that, then you're lost already. And in The Tale of a Dying Planet, you mentioned the canary in the coal mine. Like, just that imagery. He said, if there's a canary in the coal mine, something's wrong, for real. Thank you for sharing your artistry. Appreciate you for coming through, man. Listen, you're a member of the greatest community in the world. Now, make sure you fall through. All right. We have reached the good luck round, folks, and there are 2 brave souls getting down. You already know one of them. Coming up first, it's Mrs. Good Luck Round herself. The past couple of weeks, she's been kind of blowing our minds with the work that she's been sharing, whether it's with songs or her poetry out of her books. She was stepping down the path for a while. She's just kind of incredible. You're about to find out why, if she's ready. The one and only Elizabeth Horan is in the building. Of course. We'll switch it. Of course we will. Yo, captain of the street team, I'm coming at you. Gotta let him know I don't know where that cat is either, right? These are the last 2 folks on the list this evening. And this cat, right? This cat all the way in Wisconsin, poet member. Again, I like to call this cat the captain of the street team because he actually puts in the work, right? I don't see him. I'm not really sure if this cat wants to rock, but inspiration, if you in the building, let me know. No worries. Elizabeth, listen. Hey, I'm totally cool to say, listen, everybody. Folks are struggling in so many different ways. Everybody's feeling in so many difficult ways right now. Whether it's a health thing, whether it's a political thing, whether it's a financial thing, whether it's a family thing, everybody is going through something right now, folks. And each moment that we can spend with each other is a great thing. I thank you all for your poetry. Truly. I thank you all for knowing that this is a space where you can speak freely, right? And from your heart. And we look forward to each and every week that you do just that. Really. I thank you as a host for all your work that you put in with the themes, with each other, commenting and critiquing your colleagues' work. That is important. And I thank you all for being here and being a part of it. All right. Listen, folks, it's been an early one. And I don't know if we've ever closed up shop this early, folks. Isn't that crazy? I can see the people like, what is happening here? But listen, folks. Let me shout out a couple of people who weren't able to make it this evening. Joski C, Kyla Dudley, and Wall Poet. I hope they're truly doing good. Look, and as I mentioned, Joski C, he's on his way into the building, right? He's on his way into the building. Listen, Joski was on, you know what I mean? We'll make sure we make space for Joski if Joski wants to rock, right? We'll keep the lights on. You know what I mean? We'll keep the lights on. Joski, sir, if you are ready to rock, you can take it from here, sir, if you would like. It is totally up to you. Hey, you got it, Joski. Listen, right on cue. Just as I mentioned this gentleman's name, he comes in the room to save it in the last, like the ninth inning. Joski comes through and is like, nah, I got this. Listen, we have been waiting all week for this. We are finally about to get into the balance. The one and only Joski C is here. Come on, Joski. Let these folks know where they can find you right on time, sir. Please, take it away.
Hey, Elemental. Coming through?
Sounded like a rock star, sir. You got it.
All right. Sorry to be so late. Just walked in the door. This is brand new. And I just wrote this song because I had to. He wants Greenland, he wants Gaza, he wants Canada. Aims his mouth to the south, Panama's canal. In a pissing contest, he can float the biggest boat. Shiny golden galleons, gaudy as a Trump hotel. He wants coronation, 'cause King Trump's president. Ownership position, ethnically cleansed. Evicting all the victims of the war. Pirates' gold in hotels on the Gaza shore. Have you seen an orange king breaking everything? He wants Greenland, he wants Gaza, he wants Canada. He wants Greenland, he wants Gaza, he wants Panama. Have you seen an orange king breaking everything? Pirates' gold in hotels. He wants.
You're ridiculous with it, Joski. Goodness. Mute yourself. Give it up for Joski. See?
So thankful that you were able to make it even at the
I
last.
know, Joski, you're like the hero. Steps in, just and then you just start singing, and it's like, holy, thank
You're the
you,
perfect.
honey. You're so
You're the perfect.
amazing to all of us. Like,
You're the perfect ending.
I agree, Bo.
Like the
I
cherry
look
on
up,
top.
I look up to you so much, Joski. I really do.
It's like this message we needed to hear. Like I'm like, no, you cannot end the open mic. And we need to hear one more thing that's happening in this crazy world. You know, so
Right?
Joski, we needed to hear that. We needed to hear that. You know.
Ron had the biggest grin in the world when he saw you come in.
Indeed, indeed.
Well, thank you. I feel so welcome here.
Listen, man. I mean, listen, we are huge fans of your work, sir. All right. Don't ever mistake that. We are huge fans of your work. And then what you do is just amazing. Like he said, I wrote this because I had to. Because I had to. That's the work, right? Your melody is so dope, Joski. It really is. He wants Gaza. He wants Canada. He wants Panama. Like he said, in a pissing contest, he can float the biggest boat. Oh my gosh. He wants coronation because King Trump's president. Damn it, Joski. Like, yo, like I don't even know if you could hold whatever you were holding. I don't know if you could get that out fast enough. That is a heavyweight line, sir. For real. That is a heavyweight line. I wouldn't be surprised if some supporters started wearing that on their shirts because that's just a powerful line, sir. Between the hotels on the Gaza Strip and an Orange King, you just did what you do, sir. You do it well. Thank you, Joski. We truly appreciate you. And so, what we're gonna do is we are gonna end the night with Mrs. Good Luck Round. Oh, trust, I did not forget you, right? We're going to make sure that you get your work in. This incredible artist, as I said, whether she's singing to us, reading from her book, or down the path, she's just incredible. You're about to find out why. The one and only Elizabeth Horan in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please, take it away.
Hello, beautiful poets and artists. Apologies because I've never read before like 10:30 at night. So like my children are up, my dog is barking, like it's chaos here. And I was like, shit, I'm next. My bad. Thank you for the lovely introduction 2 times, Elemental. I appreciate that. So, gosh. I'd like to read you some ekphrastic poetry I did for Frida Kahlo based on one of her paintings, and Ron is amazing and providing it to you now. This is called Thorn Nectar of the Hummingbird. I can't remember, but she painted it in 1940. And I wrote 2 poems about it, and I'll read them to you, and then we'll go from there. But I mean, it's one of my favorite paintings of hers. And so I like to take on something ekphrastically, but then challenge myself to do kind of 2 versions of it. So enjoy. Thank you. Nectar of the Gods and a Woman's Throat, Volume 1, from 1940, for Frida. Feeling the lick of the jaguar, her kiss, little fingers of the monkey. I love his kiss. Straight line from the thorn to my jugular. A woman's throat, her pool of nectar. And also below in the garden, the subtle caves she keeps for you. Assuage your lust down under. Not flowers, not fruit. I am a flying thing. I spin life from an orchid's lips. Like the spider, I am a burgeoning thing. A rose curated, a veil discarded, my lips, the only things which matter anymore, and you know about them. They bloom in early spring, hopeful heart of the hellebore. They are full, fertile, ripened, and rising like the moon, which mirrors harvest blood, silver breasts. I surround myself with animal hearts, and sometimes you, sometimes them, and more often this, myself, especially my vanquished love. The sanguine caves you drink me dry from, the vacancy of a husband. I feel your fingers come in the nighttime as hunters. Death falls, I am now moon, and she is shadowing me. And this one is called Nectar of the Gods and a Woman's Throat, Volume 2. Same painting. Everything loves to drink from my neck. It's a beautiful place, the small indent at the base of my throat like a tulip petal. I feed the world with it, with my blood. My blood is not pure, but full of love and art. When you place your kiss within the hollow behind my ear, it's a good place for hiding your affairs. The hummingbird dips in to hear you whisper, Frida, mi amor, mi reina, amor de mi vida, mi mujer de la selva, mi Tijuana. And now Jesus wants a turn. Vines and thorns, they mimic the python. Via the words of the Bible, strangulation becomes essential. Honor survival of the fittest. Fuck those who don't believe in Darwin. Only believers know. Thorns make the blood. It is not from nectar. You'll drink me either way. You are not God nor his precious Jesus. Not anyone really, but you are like an animal. Hungry, so hungry for me, my body, my blood, especially for my love. The sanguine caves you drink me dry from. Thank you very much.
Okay, so she just went all succubus on us. Got you. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Elizabeth. Howard.
I think that really showed like a deep understanding and connection. And you really did just bring out not just the imagery, but the feeling. Just beautiful, beautiful work.
Definitely absorb Frida and everything about her. That's what I felt like she was writing that, and that's what she was saying. So really good job.
Yeah, I think she would love it.
No. I was expecting, again, the tail to come whipping around because the way that you were just working what you were doing was just. First of all, let me give you credit on approaching the piece, the ekphrastic piece, two ways, right? I don't think I've ever even approached it that way. I haven't heard of too many people who approach the same ekphrastic piece in two different ways. So definitely love that aspect. And both had a very distinct flavor to it. Both had a very, very distinct style to it, right? I think one was more conservative and the other one was more these are whips. They're not thorns, they are whips. And I just love how you just really started digging into people, right? Like Frida Kahlo's work digs into people when you see it, when you hear it, right? This is one of my favorites now of yours. Everything loves to drink from my neck, right? You said like a spider, I'm a burgeoning thing. A woman's throat, her pool of nectar in the first piece, right? And in the second one, you go, now Jesus wants a turn? What? Fuck those who don't believe in Darwin. You'll drink me either way. That's why I was saying I'm expecting the tail to come whipping around and like, yeah, that's a rough one. That's a rough one. Thank you. Elizabeth, for amidst the chaos, you still find the eye to find the time to rock with us. Thank you for all that you do. Appreciate you. All right. Ending the night this evening. As I mentioned, captain of the street team on deck. This cat got the work on. I putting in the work for the folks. Listen, this cat works. This cat hustles. Love this cat's work, man. All the way from Wisconsin. Shout out Poet. The one and only eye inspiration in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, man. Come on, take it away.
And you can find me here every blue moon, as much as I can get on. Find me on Facebook under Craig Larson, on Instagram under Inspiration 1899 with a dot after the N. And then I'm working on the YouTube. I thought it was up, but apparently it's not. Can't find it when you look it up. So I'm working on that. I did get challenged by Ollie Woods, aka Hood Rays Poetry, on this poetry challenge that's been going around called I've been using the prompt. I've been writing these poems. So, and I'm gonna be taking the street team out to Detroit on Saturday, including the plug and Apollo 517 and testimonial poetry and possibly Dasha Abrams the poet. But we'll see what happens. But I've been writing these poems since before I was a thought in my father's mind. Since God been writing and speaking thoughts into my father's mind, I've been writing these poems with and through God as a vessel until my father took them thoughts, turned them to game, spit game to my mom, and the result was me in the human form. I then became a poet and a fighter so I could keep writing these poems. I started with invisible ink powered by thoughts, universal vibrations that etched scriptures upon my soul until I could learn to write in the physical form. I've been writing these poems. 6 months after my birth, I had my first seizure. So it was then written in my script of life that I would also be a fighter. See, seizures had me feeling like I was sinking, disappearing from the physical form, that God and Satan were fighting over me. And if God wins, I would stay in the human form and I would work through him. If Satan wins, I would leave for hell right away. I won't lie. Sometimes I would lean towards Satan, hoping that the burdens of me would die with me, leave with me. Friends and family, they wouldn't let me go. They said I would shake and I would kick violently, even while my legs felt numb to me. Mind going blank of reality to me. Future poems to be written continuously in invisible ink, spoken through wires and electrodes, studied through slides of organisms and machines, having me feel like a test tube baby or an animal. The activity in my brain, it wasn't normal to them. The beat of my own drum, it wasn't normal to them. Oh, they wanted details. They wanted details. They wanted details to the infrastructures of these poems that I've been writing way before the physical form. Because by this time, I still hadn't put my poems to paper. Though this poem right here, this is proof that I've been writing these poems way before the physical form. I've been writing these poems with invisible ink, leaving stains upon my soul. I've been living these poems, walking, talking, breathing these poems. Y'all talking about you been writing these poems? I am these poems. I've written myself out of overdoses through these poems. I've been resurrected and reborn through these poems. My first poem I ever wrote down, I also performed in the same day, and I still got put in the friend zone. So I wrote myself out of shyness and into encouragement and open-mindedness. See, I've been living these poems, walking, talking, breathing these poems, learning, feeling, teaching myself about myself all through these poems. Some of y'all weren't even born yet when I wrote these poems. So you're going to be reading my poems after my death because you weren't even alive when I wrote these poems. When I lived these poems, I am these poems. And I am inspiration. Poet. One more.
Wow, man, that's what I'm talking about. That's the work right there, y'all. Unmute yourself. Give it up for our inspiration.
Got one more. He's got
Nice.
another one for us.
I got another one for you.
Oh, let's do it. Oh, my fault. Yo, let's do it. Listen, I was all hyped. Listen, woo, my fault. Come on, realize, folks, you are still unmuted. Let's go, man.
All right, this one's a little softer. In the music, my soul, it won't leave there. Though my soul, it stays everywhere like air. Natural, like the furred seeds here. I plant worlds in my queen, my goddess. We grow together because we don't know how to or want to grow apart from here. Inspiration in the eyes. So when the windows open wide, just remember when you felt that breath of fresh air, because you just had a visit from her and I there. Now you know what it means to have soul ties. I'm just trying to tell y'all, my woman keeps my spirits high. Four walls, we in here. Yeah, she riding. Yeah, she bouncing on it. Yeah, she's ceiling high with it. Use your imagination, because that's as close as you'll get to seeing inside my room, inside her room. I'll be so happy waking up in the morning, seeing her inside our room, our bed. I reach over and kiss her on her head. The way she hears my soul when my poem cries. Her look, her touch. I mean, her herself just drives me wild. The way she feels, it actually means something to me. Our vibes are in the chariot. Take us to the moon, leave us in the stars. The galaxy is our room. The vibe she gives, it keeps my chakras aligned. Yeah, y'all, my third eye is wide. Inspire me to inspire you, because I am my inspiration, and I am a poet.
You just a big ass softy in love too, dude. Like, let's keep that 102. Unmute yourself. Give it up for our inspiration.
That is, man. That was so sweet. That was beautiful. Yeah, you can be tough and you can be tender, man. That's a real poet.
Yeah, I was just trying to give a little something to both there.
Indeed, sir. That is the true spectrum of a poet. I love that you said that, Michael Sindler, because you're absolutely right? That you can be, big and verbose and loud with it, but then you can also be silent and intimate, right? And like you said, tender, right? That's a rough one, right? The first poem, again, you had me excited, right? Because you said I am these poems, right? Like, yeah, all that energy was in there, right? Hoping that the burdens of me would leave with me, right? He said my heartbeat, my brain waves, it wasn't normal to them. Nah, I wasn't supposed to be, because we just not. He said, I've written myself out of overdose. I am these poems. That's just sick, man. I love how you said in your second piece, I plant worlds in my queen. Just never heard that get down like that, man. The way she hears my soul when my poem cries. Like, you got to be careful, sis, like that, man. You know what I mean? People fall in love with poetry like that, man, because of that. Appreciate you, man, for doing what you do. Truly. Listen, shout out Apollo 517. Shout out Hood Rays, man. Shout out Poet Organization, man. All y'all doing is just so amazing. Such amazing things, man. Holla at the folk, man. Listen, we have reached the end of the night, folks. Listen, and I am about that life. It has been a great evening, as it is every other evening when we rock together, folks. All of your words have reached a place that this world needed. I hope that you have brought all of that negative energy and we have changed it and sent it back to you in the most positive of ways, folks. Truly, I am so thankful for you all being here. Make sure you plug in with all things Nuyorican has going on in the satellite spaces, in the online spaces. Plug in, add your energy to the mix in every way you can. Thank you all. I will see y'all next week. We're going to end the night like this. Until we meet again. May this energy we conjured this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power energize others, energize creativity, as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarin. Your voice is necessary, appreciated, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. Never forget, cowards get buried here, and we reclaim our strength through our fearlessness. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it has truly been a pleasure spending Thursday night with y'all. Till next week, peace.